Less than a month ago, on 15th of August, the latest DC animated movie came out, Batman and Harley Quinn. It takes place in DC animated universe, alongside Batman the Animated Series. The fans hoped for a fun ride, remembering the old days of Batman the Animated Series. Unfortunately, Batman and Harley Quinn is just the latest disappointment in recent DC animated movie adaptations. Today I'm asking the question: where did this horrible decline in quality start? For several years, DC's animated movies were incredible. Under the Red Hood, Year One, The Dark Knight Returns, Flashpoint Paradox, and so on. There are so many great DC animated movies, and it's sad and disappointing to see this decline in quality. Many think the decline began with Son of Batman, the first movie to introduce Damian Wayne. He has been a focus of many movies after that, which angered many fans. Maybe the decline started there, yes, but they still thought it was a pretty good movie, and many other good movies came after it too, like Assault on Arkham and Gods and Monsters. The real decline, I believe, started with Justice League vs. Teen Titans. If you enjoyed that movie, that's alright. It's just my personal opinion. Also, we're now entering the spoiler category, so if you plan to watch the following movies and haven't done so yet, you should pause the video. With that away, let's discuss GL vs. Teen Titans for a bit. It was one of the more anticipated DC movies. Even with it featuring Damian instead of Dick Grayson, I was excited. As a huge fan of the Teen Titans, I couldn't wait to see them fighting the possessed Justice League and Trigon together. And boy oh boy was I disappointed. Instead of great battles and thrilling action scenes, I got a movie focused solely on Damian Wayne, 10 minutes of boring and cringy bonding sequence of Teen Titans at the carnival, and above all, Trigon and Justice League that don't feel threatening at all. Also, it contains an awkward romantic scene between Raven and Damian that basically leads to nowhere. Which I'm actually glad in a way, because I'd hate to see them two together, but whatever. That scene though defines the whole movie for me. It's pointless, it's boring and cringy. The whole movie is basically teen problems and how to solve them. Wow, so exciting. To make matters worse, in the opening of sequel to this movie, The Judas Contract, we see just how awesome the previous movie could have been if it had Dick instead of Damian. Add Raven to that squad and you'd have a great movie. Of course, after those opening minutes, they throw us back into the boring present time with Damian and the gang. It's an okay movie, not the best one surely, but better than the first Titans movie. Between The Judas Contract and the first Titans movie, we got The Killing Joke and Justice League Dark. The Killing Joke is the first film that showed us how much DC and Warner crawled for attention with a totally misplaced and unnecessary sex scene between Batman and Barbara Gordon. It has nothing to do with The Killing Joke, and it ruins the movie. After that segment with Barbara, the movie starts being awesome, considering it's based on one of the best Batman stories. But that sex scene defines the decline in quality and media attention that WB wants so much these days. There's another creepy scene between Tara and Deathstroke that basically portrays Deathstroke as a pedophile. And I've never been so offended by an animated feature before. Considering how weak his portrayals have been since Son of Batman, they basically ruined him as a character. And all for that sweet, sweet attention. I hate both Tara and Deathstroke in that movie. Their portrayals are horrifying. The latest sex scene in DC movies just confirms that decline has reached its peak. Nightwing and Harley Quinn have sex. Wow. So out of character for Dick, and all for a couple of jokes, and not even good ones. This masterpiece of a movie also contains fart jokes, and the logic of a cartoon made for 3-year-olds. I don't mind a goofy movie if it's made good, but this one is just a piece of trash. If you watch this movie, you basically wasted an hour of your life. And that hour is never coming back. The movie also contains one of the stupidest endings I've seen in a long time, and many different characters being out of their character. It's a disgrace. The only movie that I haven't talked about yet is the Justice League Dark movie. It was also promising. Seeing some of my favorite characters like Zatanna and Etrigan sounded great. But once again we got a boring and predictable movie with incredibly unfunny jokes. This is desperate to have more jokes, and that's best shown in the trailer for Justice League Dark, where they tell a joke about Batman having a butler.
Life is a patchwork of blackness with no time for joy. How do you cope with it?
I have a butler.
Just how proud they were of that joke. They spotlighted it like it was the best joke ever told. I always loved DC for their dark and serious tone. They were always different from Marvel, which always embraced a more lighthearted tone. Today DC is losing its former self. They want to be like Marvel so much instead of focusing on their own thing. That's why Marvel is currently winning in everything, and until something changes, Marvel is just going to continue its current domination. Going back to what made them good is the only possible option, if they want to start making masterpieces again. I hope with the third season of Young Justice we'll get some of its old glory, and hopefully that will remind DC and WB how to make good movies again. I'm KaalBron, and thanks for watching.